Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about a new foundation that NYX just launched. I have been so excited for this launch. I have been dying to see this foundation in person, and I finally did a couple days ago, and I've been playing around with this foundation for a few days now, so I thought it would be a perfect time for me to talk about this foundation since it's pretty much all over social media right now, and that is the Total Control Drop Foundation from NYX, and this stuff is bomb. The Total Control Drop Foundation is now available, so I wanted to do this review for you guys, and I wanted to share with you how I apply this foundation and how I incorporate it in my everyday routine using some other NYX products. So you will see that tutorial later on in this video, but I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit more about this foundation first. Okay, so this foundation comes in 24 different colors. So that's a pretty huge range, and I think they did a great job picking out certain colors that will, apply to many different skin tones out there. And I know they did work with a lot of people, in the beauty industry to really get feedback on what shades they need to come out with and what will work and what doesn't work. So I do think they did a great job with picking out colors. I am still figuring out what shade will work best for me, and in this video I tried a new little foundation cocktail that I made, and I think I found the right colors that will work for me, and I think this is going to be my color for now on. I did mix two different colors, and this foundation is inexpensive, so you are able to pick two different colors and customize it if you need to. You probably won't have to, but if you do, there is that option. And the colors that I wear for myself is the medium olive. This is the first color I picked, and I felt like I needed a little bit more of a golden tone added to this color, so I got the beige, which has a lot of golden yellow undertones to it. I definitely recommend going to a NYX store so you can actually, get matched by someone there so you can, find the right color for you. If not, I actually looked on the NYX website and they do have this shade finder. So if you go on there, you can actually see a bunch of different models that are representing, a certain shade. And I feel like it's pretty accurate. So you do have that option. If you don't have a store near you, you can actually go on there and, try to find a shade that will work for you based on checking out the models. Because this foundation is called the Total Control Drop Foundation, you do have a lot of control over the coverage of this foundation. You can make this very sheer, or you can definitely make this a full coverage. In this tutorial, I went for more of a full coverage just so I can show you guys how much coverage you can really get with this foundation. And this foundation comes in this little bottle right here. The packaging is bomb. And yes, it is a small bottle. I was surprised how small this bottle was when I first saw it in person, but you'd be surprised how much product will kind of spread out and, cover your face. So I guess a little will go a long way for sure. This bottle also has a little drop applicator, so this is what it looks like. You just squeeze the top and it will suck up some of the product, and then you can just do little drops on your brush or either your hand, however you want to apply it. You'll see two different ways on how I apply it, and that way you can kind of just drop the perfect amount of foundation that you need and slowly build up and work your way up to how much coverage you want. There is a little guide on the back of the box that shows you kind of how many drops you need to get the coverage that you want. So about 2 drops will give you a light coverage, 3 drops or more will give you a medium coverage, and 4 drops or more will give you more of that full coverage. I also want to let you guys know that they did launch a brand new brush for this foundation, and this is what it looks like. It's $14, and I have used this brush since I've had the foundation, and I think it works really well with the foundation. I know you can use like a beauty blender or like an egg-shaped sponge. I think that will work just as well, so I just want to let you guys know. With this foundation, because it is a liquid, you do want to shake this up really well each time before you use it. It will tend to separate, which is normal, but make sure you just shake it up right before you apply your foundation, just so you know that everything is mixed and ready to go. If you guys want to know the finish of this foundation, it's going to be more of a velvety matte. Normally I like to go for a foundation that has more of a glow to it because my skin is dry, so I just want to let you guys know, all those dry peeps out there, I have dry skin and I am able to wear this foundation. All you need to do is use a nice hydrating primer, and you know, moisturizer and skincare really help too. But just because you're dry doesn't mean like you can't wear this foundation because it's matte. So you definitely can. Just make sure you hydrate really well first. So let's jump into the tutorial so you guys can see how I use this foundation on myself and how it works. I'm going to start off with my favorite moisturizer from Amarte, and this is the Aqua Cream. So I'm going to hydrate my skin really well first, and then I'm going to prep my skin with the primer. The primer I'm going to use is the Hydra Touch Primer from NYX. This is more of a gel consistency, which I really love. It smells great, smooths out your skin, and it's great for anyone who has dry skin. Now I'm going to shake up my foundation before I use it, and then apply a couple drops to the brush. I'm mixing beige and medium olive, and I'm doing a patting, stippling motion on my skin. Then I tried dabbing my brush into the product, which was on the back of my hand, and I felt like that just put on more product. And again, I just did stippling motions and worked around my face, and I feel like this method gave me the most coverage. So again, I'm just using the back of my hand as a palette and mixing the two colors together and applying it all over my face. Now I'm just moving on to my concealer, and I'm just putting this underneath my eye to brighten and hide those dark circles, and then I'm taking a beauty blender to blend everything out. I also like to take the excess of the concealer and pat it on my chin and on my forehead. Now I'm going to set everything with the HD finishing powder, and this is in the color Banana, and I'm just packing that on where I applied the concealer. Now I'm taking my No Filter finishing powder, and I'm going to use this as a setting powder and dust this all over my face just to set the liquid foundation. This liquid foundation does dry in kind of a powder form, but just to make sure everything stays and lasts longer, I'm just finishing off with the powder. This is one of my favorite face duos from NYX, and this is the Cheek Contour Duo palette in Two to Tango. And I'm just picking up that bronzer and applying it to the outside of my face just to add some color and definition. This is what I use to contour my cheekbones, and this is in the color Sculpt. This is one of their single contour powders, and I'm just applying this in the hollows of my cheeks. I'm going back to that duo, and I'm taking the blush and just using it for a soft sweep of color on my cheeks, and I think this is just a great everyday neutral color. This is an amazing new highlighter from NYX that just launched. This is the Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder in Crushed Bloom, and this is a duochrome highlighter, and it kind of turns from a pink to a peach to almost a gold tone. It's so pretty. And this is what my face looks like with all those amazing products and that brand new foundation. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and review on the new foundation from NYX. If you guys have any more questions on this foundation, I will make sure to leave more information down below, along with a link to where you can purchase this foundation or get more information about it on the website. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.